Fresh protests against controversial labour reforms have hit several French cities. Hundreds of people have descended on the capital to vent their anger against the government's plans. On May the 12th, the first draft of the unpopular bill was approved in the lower house of France's parliament. Police have used tear gas to disperse demonstrators, with some protesters throwing objects at officers and setting bins on fire. RT contributor Anna Baranova reports on the protests from Paris.
It's a very common thing for the French police to do. They finish off with lots and lots and lots of tear gas to make sure that all the crowds leave the designated areas. Things are now calming down with the police taking control over the streets yet once again. This protest, of course, was sanctioned. Everything was completely in accordance with the French law. Thousands of people took to the streets. We had labor unions, we had students, we had troublemakers, of course. Not without that, we could see people trying to tear off bits of rocks from the pavement, etc., to start these brawls with policemen. Of course, all of this is part of the anti-labor law. France is extremely unhappy by a labor law that's been pushed through by Hollande's socialist government. Many deem this as an undemocratic move, and people take to the streets to show their disappointment. It doesn't only happen here in Paris, it's been happening all over France, and it's not going to stop tonight. We're going to see another protest very similar to what had happened earlier today.
Well, several arrests have been made following clashes between riot police and protesters during a march against national labour reforms in the French city of Nantes. Security forces deployed tear gas, water cannon and pepper spray to disperse crowds. According to police, around 3,500 people took part in the protest. Members of the movement against the labour reform have reportedly vandalised an office of French President François Hollande's Socialist Party based in Rouen. Footage from the site shows red paint on the building exterior, with protesters chanting and lighting flares outside. Well, the controversial reform will allow employers to negotiate longer working hours and lower overtime pay, something that's angered French labour unions. Hundreds of thousands have been protesting across the country for weeks now, calling on the government to abandon the bill.
Ici, ils n'ont pas trouvé, on va dire, ni l'écho ni l'accueil qui...